Oh, this is good. This is really good. Okay. Let me pause it again and expound. Another case of knowledge of the buildings. This restaurant is ringed on two sides and part of the front with outdoor little tables with wooden chairs. So one of the primary obstacles to us building the carpenter's bench is needing 50 nails. And you can get nails from wooden chairs, from furniture, from pallets that the boxes and like the stone things sit on. You can chop up the pallets for nails. Basically just simple wooden things. You have to kind of experiment, but the place I tend to get my 50 nails initially is this building. I come here and I chop up all the chairs. And usually, just that alone will get me the nails I need for the carpenter's bench. So that means I don't have to go around looking for garbage bags and boxes hoping to get 2 and 3 nails at a time. I can source all 50 right here. That's one of the main obstacles to me getting the carpentry bench up early is finding the nails. So this is awesome. Then the next thing is going to be scrap metal. I can get scrap metal just by hatcheting a car. Or we can find it in most of the garbage that we find on the ground, the little cardboard boxes and garbage bags and so on. So we'll do a combination of those two things. I forget how much I need. They're coming after me. I need to get moving here. Let's see. Can I hop in on this side? Yes, I can. Awesome. Other benefit is lots of bottles. I got no bottles out of that one. No zombies. That zombie is in my way. Stamina. Fine, I'll walk to the back, grab the bottles while I do it, and then we'll chop some more. I'm letting my stamina recover, basically. But this gets me some bottles I can empty, so I can use for water storage. And let's switch back to the other side. Again, I'm ignoring the zombies as much as I possibly can. Why did you have to wander around to there, guy? There you go. Good job. Now I can go back in because he won't be able to hop back the other way. Whoops! Ran into a cactus. I hate running into cactus. Alrighty. How we doing so far? 23. We might not get my 50 at this rate. Stamina limited. What am I up to? 39. 43, huh? That's the last set of chairs I can really use. Come on, zombies. Hop on out of there. Come on, big guy. Now the big guy, there he goes. No, jump up. They're going to be annoying. Maybe I'll go somewhere else and get those last 7 nails. Alright. Patience. Just gotta be patient. Let's hit these two. We get cloth out of these. We need cloth. Really? 47? Alright, well, we'll find some more. Okay, what else we got? Don't kinda care. Isn't there... There's what? Electrical truck around the corner here for the map gen, and then the work truck. Yeah, the work truck here. I'm used to playing surrounded and holding down the key to speed up the looting. I keep doing that here. Don't care. Don't care. Nope. Nope. Ugh. Come on, jump. Wow. I hate it when I can't even jump up on these things. Alright. Give me a stun baton. Super, super important stun batons. Would love an early stun baton. So stun batons in this game are rarish. You get them out of these trucks usually, or electric boxes. We did not get one. And they're unrepairable. You cannot repair them. They're used until the durability goes down to 0, and then you lose them. But they always stun. They have a guaranteed stun on a power attack, so they're super powerful. So always be checking those trucks, trying to get a hold of a stun baton. Okay, I didn't drop a bed, so I don't have my reminder of where home is at, so we just got to remember which direction to go. Scrap that. Let's put that and that on our bar, and while we're walking around, we'll pour out some alcohol. Not doing a drunk run. Drunk runs are fun. Oh, hey, look what we got here. Another one of my home base locations. So now we're up to 3 of my typical base locations. This would be Ma Bakers? Bakers and Sons? I always forget the name. Yeah, Ma and Sons. Ma Baker and Sons. So this is a fun place to set up a base. It's got an underground area. So we got more chances here for, whoops. For nails, there's the 50 we need, so we've managed to secure that. And we've got a pretty good supply of scrap. We might have enough scrap already. I'll have to check the recipe. I think I left with, oh, it's the bucket that needs the scrap. I'm gonna look up the bucket. Oh. Is that? Yep, that's what I think it is. Cool. Alright, watch this. Another one where, you know, being familiar with POIs is really beneficial. Hey there, you. I would like to take you with me, please. Thank you very much. Oh, crap, you're heavy. That's a problem. Oh, that's a big problem. That's a really big problem. I'm gonna need to put this in here for a minute. I didn't realize just how heavy that was gonna be. Yeah, we're pretty close to our limit. Oh, that's right. I got all this wood from chopping those chairs up. Alright, let's do this. I absolutely need that item, so we've left it in the trash can at the passing gas. We've got Jen, the trader, right here. Another big change this mod has is that all the traders are dead. There are no traders. You're the last human being. And so, there's no merchant in there. There's other reasons to go in there, but you're not going to find any merchants. So, no quests. No resetting POIs. None of that is possible. Alright, I'm going to run back home. We're going to drop stuff off. Then we're going to come back out here. I need to get a land claim block down too, so I should be picking up stones while I run around. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go down this side. So again, if I want to have a reticle that I can point at, Let's grab all this cotton while we're here. We're going to need a different backpack fairly soon. And cotton will help get that crafted. So, well, we got this huge pile of cotton right here. I need 30 large stones in order to make the land claim block. That will dovetail into another conversation we need to have about things that are different. Hey, another blueberry bush. In this mod versus the base game. And I'll kind of talk about it when we get home and I get this land claim down first. Crops, no good crops. Lots more cotton. I don't need... How much have I already picked up? 57. All right. We'll take 60 and call it good. So the axe is about to break. And it's got 20,000 quality. It's going to go down by 100 when we repair it. So we got a lot of repairs available for it. We just need some grass to repair it, which is awesome. It's one of the pretty useful things about this start with the primitive guys. You get an axe you can use for a really long time. Alright, back to being able to point at things. Okay, can we get into our house with a minimum of fuss? Grabbing this for grass content. And it better not be a screamer I'm hearing. That sounds an awful lot like a screamer. I really don't need one of those nearby. Oh yeah, I need to chop this out. I forgot all about that. Kind of important we chop this out. It's possible we could get guys walking across from the upper area over there. Not super likely, but it can happen. So, let's make it so it can't happen. Come on, stamina. Don't need 2 clay. Alright, they can't cross that now. So, let's go ahead and dump off inventory. Miscellaneous stuff over there. Give you the mod. And stack our water bottles. Alright, so we can do a couple of drinks of water. I gotta make sure I get out and find some more water here pretty soon. Alright, let's look at a few things. So, we brought back quite a bit of raw material. So, I need to make... I can't even do the carpenter's bench yet. I need workstations too. So we need to go out and find another trap book and another workstation book. So we're limited there. I need to get my inventory slimmed down so we can carry that table saw. So let's go ahead. Good old windows pop up. I'm going to keep all of this. Yeah, let's just get moving again. All right, now that we've lightened our load. All right, I'm going to make pretty much a direct run out there. Just out there and back. Should probably be making arrowheads and such. We'll see how heavy we are when we pick up that item, now that we're unencumbered. And then I'll decide what we're going to do. I'd like to grab a few more books. Really important that I get those two things done. Nah, let's wait on that. I got to get back and get my torch made too as soon as possible. Alright, it's over this way. I haven't seen a crack book yet. Not a lot of book opportunities so far in these initial buildings we're seeing. Hey, big guy. I don't want to fight you. Just want my item and to get home. All right, we are just underweight. Let's run around a tiny bit, see if we can... this looks like downtown here. Good opportunity for us to grab some books. Theoretically, in the downtown zone, not that section. There's a few, there's a few. Plus, books don't weigh much. Oh yeah, good opportunities. I think there is... yeah, water. 2 water. I don't know if he can move or not. 2 water and some Mega Crush. Unfortunately, that was none of the books I needed. A few bottles. Some more water in there, but I'm not going to try to grab it right now. Spider! I gotta make sure I don't get turned around. I'm in danger of getting turned around here. Yeah, we got a bit of a gang following us now. More Mega Crush. Alright. Good old Higashi. There's books that way, but I'm not going to go that way yet. Let's cut across this way. Food truck. I am starting to get overweight. We've just crossed over the line for the weight. Nope. 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 Damn it, not finding the books I need. Mega Crush. Nope. Free blueberries. And we're back out in the commercial district. I did not get what I was looking for. And I am getting turned around a bit. Alright, we've got 8 Mega Crush. Time to use a Mega Crush. Hello, Horde. I know there is water right around this side of the building. Another food truck. Hey, water. Look at that. 3 water. Didn't get enough advantage of that Mega Crush with me stopping to do this stuff. No Mega Crush this time. Now we're a fair bit overweight. It's going to be harder for me to avoid. Oh, got to be careful here too. Dog is on the far corner of the building, I believe. Ah, another pot. I need another pot. Alright, I'll have to remember that's there. I think. Okay, I know where I'm at. That's the merchant right there, so home is back that way. Alright, no problem. I can find that again so we can come back and get the pot. Right now, we got to head back, though. We're too overweight. We're getting to the point where staying ahead of the enemy is going to be a problem. We should be able to make at least one more trip out. I still don't have the books I need. Well, that's kind of rude, especially when I am as overweight as I am. Alright, give me my shock baton. Nope. We got our trap book, though. That's really important. Alright, so that unlocks that portion. Oh, I just need to read the workstation bench and we're good. We actually did get both books. There we go. Cool. Actually went better than I thought. Let's trudge our way home. Now that we've got the 2 unlocks we needed. Just need to check our raw materials and get a few things made. Let's see. Do I want to drag these guys home with me? As they change direction. That's hilarious. Try to bring as few visitors home with me as I can. Yeah, so long-term plans. I haven't seen any more of the buildings I tend to use for home bases yet. So far it's between the farmhouse, the moat house, and the bakery. All of them are in proximity to the farm, which is where I do all of my limited farming. Hey, zombies. Okay, home again. Let's set you up there for now, out of the way. Food, drink, and Oh, we only got 7 blueberries. I still need 3 more blueberries. We're up to 76. We need 200 paper, I think. All right, so let's see. What is left on my list? I gotta check to see if we have enough scrap. We'll check the recipes right now. We gotta get the campfire down. Get some wood. I need to go chop at least 1 tree. Get some logs burning. Actually, technically, well, no, I still do because I need to get the. No, actually, I don't. I don't need to worry about that. We've got the animal fat to make the torch with. And I think we have enough cloth, so I should be able to make the torches without even going through the process of the campfire. Let's do that real fast. So with the pot on the campfire, what you're looking to make is not resin. I forget. You want resin from the tree. So the torch recipes, you can either do recipes with animal fat or with pitch. And pitch is made from resin. You get resin by stabbing trees with knives, and then you cook the resin on the campfire to get the pitch, and then you combine the pitch and a cloth and either a stick or a wood in order to make a torch. We can shortcut that because we've grabbed up a few animal fat to go along with our cloth and some branches. So we have torches right here. I'll go ahead and make 2 of those, so I don't have to go through that whole resin process. We're going to need pitch and resin later for other things, but I can shortcut it for this part. All right, next we need a bucket. So the bucket recipe, we're going to track it. And we've already got the wood requirements. That, and now I do need resin. I need to make the pitch. All right. So as soon as we get that done, we'll have the bucket available, and then the carpentry bench. In addition to the bucket, mallet, easy, 50 nails, and more wood, which we already have. So we might need a little more wood, actually. Yeah, we'll barely have enough, and we might not after the mallet. So we need to go chop a tree and stab a tree, and then we'll have what we need for the rest of this. All right, so any tree, just stab away. You can see in the bottom right, I'm collecting resin. We'll just grab a little more. All right, now we need to go. We need some alone time. I need some alone time in nature, just grabbing some logs from some trees. I didn't find, or I didn't grab any while we were out and about. Small ones will do. I think that guy's still following me. This is going to make noise. Let's kill a zombie. So, big difference in this game from vanilla is that even the primitive bow, super accurate. In my opinion, too accurate. It's like a laser. None of that nonsense like in vanilla where you aim here and the shot goes over here or down here. None of that crap. But it's too good. It's just too good. It needs to be dialed back a bit. There needs to be some variance. No skill, no nothing. It just travels like a laser. Alright, finally ran out of durability. So 20,000 quality, we have to repair it now, which just requires some grass to repair. And as soon as it's done, we're now at 19,000 quality. That dropped a lot further than I thought it was. Must be 100 per something or other. I forget exactly. Hey guy, I'm trying to chop trees here. It's a good idea to chop up the corpses, raise your butchery skill, Plus, you're going to need the bones for glue later. I'm purposely hanging out on the edge of this POI that I talked about as a good base because it limits the direction the zombies can come at me from. So it provides kind of a barrier back here, so I know I only have to pay attention to certain directions. All right, let's take one big tree down and we'll call it good. I don't need the huge amounts of lumber right now. This should give us everything we need between the sap. We just need to make some pitch. Get the bucket together, get the carpentry bench down, and as soon as we've done that, then we will actually need lumber to make the wood spikes. So it's a good idea for me to chop probably some more trees. Although we are overweight already. These logs are heavy. So we'll grab this one and we'll hobble back. Oh yeah, another thing to talk about. Let me pause here. Tree stumps. When you chop a tree down, it leaves a stump. Leave the stump in place. Try to chop your trees if you can all in one area. And you may need to do it away from your base a little bit because chopping trees is a loud activity and it'll draw zombies from the simulated system that I mentioned earlier in the stream. But the reason you want to leave the stumps is you want to come back and check on them within about 1 to 2 days. It puts a randomized timer on the stump between 1 and 2 days, and it will either change the stump into a brown stump that has nothing in it, and you can just remove it at that point. So the whole thing will be a different brownish color when it hits that point. Or it'll be a stump that has either honey or manuka honey in it. So 3 different possibilities. Totally empty, brownish color, or you'll see bees kind of buzzing around it, which indicates the presence of honey. And then when you walk up to it and point at it, it'll tell you it either has 1 or 2 bottles of regular honey or 1 to 2 bottles of manuka honey. And once you loot those bottles of honey, then you can chop it out. It'll again go to that brown color and you can get rid of it. But always leave them for a couple of days, come back, check to see if there's any bees buzzing around them, collect the honey, and then get rid of them. All right, you're going to need the honey later for other things. The regular honey is mostly a food item, and it's used to give you a bonus. You'll get certain food cravings at different times, and one of them is a candy craving, and the honey counts for that candy craving. Manuka honey is used in combination with mushrooms that you'll see at night, glowy orange mushrooms that you can collect, that allow you to get a zombie infection inhibiting recipe. I'll talk about it later when we can actually see those things. But just make sure you leave the stumps and try to keep them in one place if you can manage it. Hey, zombie. I am slow enough that I do need to be cautious. Let's get the bow out. Our bow is our most powerful weapon right now. I actually got a fairly light presence here at the base. Which is nice. Sun is starting to get a little low. We've got all the critical stuff done though, so it's been a pretty good first day. Okay, so let's get a couple of logs on the fire, get that started. We've already got the pot on the fire, so we'll check recipes here. And we need charcoal powder. So I've been picking up charcoal from various places. So we just need to scrap that and it will turn it into charcoal powder. I don't think I have much other use for it right now, so let's go ahead and scrap all of it. Alright, so resin from the trees with a knife, charcoal powder, either by finding it in the world and or just setting campfires and letting logs burn. You'll get charcoal, and you can scrap that for the powder. Another trick you can do is you can pick up your campfire, redeploy it, put a log in it, start it up, stop it, pick up your campfire, put it down, because you have to wait an hour before it'll go for another log. So it can take a while to build up charcoal that way initially, but you don't need a ton of it right away. So we'll tell this to go ahead and start cooking. That'll get us 30 in 7 minutes. We'll just let that do its thing. Okay, what else? So we'll put that away. Put that there and that there. Okay, so the bucket. Back to the bucket. So wood, scrap metal, plant fibers, and 5 pitch. We're just waiting on the pitch. And the carpentry bench. Wood, nails, wood mallet, and bucket. So one of the things we can do is with these logs, the reason I put such a high priority on this is I could use this. I could check logs, hit recipes, and I could make wood. So for a single log, I'd get 5 wood. And it would take a little bit of time. From this location, we can select wood with the table saw, and we get 10 wood for 1 log. So we double the amount of wood we get out of a log, and it happens twice as fast. So it's very, very quick to generate wood off of the table saw. Same thing with making shafts for arrows. You get a big benefit. So the table saw is really critical in doing this efficiently and quickly. Combine the table saw, able to make these things, with the carpentry bench, and now you're really going to be cooking. And we're going to get a whole bunch of spikes made, and that's going to make our life so much easier. Alright, so we got that. What else did we need? We needed wood, nails, scrap. Let's just grab a bunch of things. Alright, so... oh, I don't have plant fibers. Did I grab any plant fibers? There we go. Alright, 1 bucket craft. 2 minutes for the bucket. And we're also going to need a mallet. So we'll get that crafted. Then we can take the bucket off the list and switch to the carpentry bench. We'll track that one. And I'm going to need 70 more wood, so we'll go get the logs chopped up on the table saw for that. The mallet's being produced and the bucket's being produced, so we'll be able to get our carpentry bench down here pretty quick. So, do 7 of that. It has a side effect of producing scrap wood as well, and scrap wood can be used to repair wooden spikes and some other wooden items. Okay, so we have everything but the mallet in the bucket ready to go. Oh yeah, let's get the land claim block queued up also. Alright, I need... another thing I talked about earlier is the map. So to make the map, the thing we're missing now is paper. Red paste is just the red flowers. We'll go grab a few of those. That's easy. Green paste is just grass. Easy. Blue paste is the blueberries. White paste is the cotton. And black paste is the charcoal powder. So everything's easy except for the blueberries, for the blue paste, and then the 200 paper. So I need, I think, 3 more blueberries. Yeah, we're at 7. So I need 3 more blueberries. And then some paper, and we'll be able to get our map put together. So we should be able to get the map done on day 2 without too much difficulty. Let's throw you in the secondary pile. Notice I'm ignoring the zombies. They're noisy. I don't care. If I just sat here quietly like this and did nothing, they would eventually kind of go away. Or start wandering and not doing much. But I'm constantly moving around and opening bags and got the fire going. And things are happening that they can detect, so they're banging on things. I kind of want them to break the garage doors down below, because that way I don't have to break into it. through 5,000 hit points. They're going to break in eventually, and then I can get to the underground portion. Set my base up there if that's where I decide to go. How we doing? Alright, so... mallet's done, bucket's done, land claim's almost done. Carpentry bench. Craft. Alright, land claim. Let's put you... yeah, up there should be fine. Alright, so another thing to talk about. So, this game uses a system where when you place a land claim, and you're allowed to have 2, and then you place a bed, and quality of bed does matter. So a bedroll being the lowest level, then this kind of bed, and then the big double wide king size bed being the best. Each one from lowest level to highest level provides a greater or faster level of rest bonus. So you want to eventually make sure you get a king size bed down in your land claim block. And the last bed place is the one that is used. Once you have a land claim and have some kind of bed down, you'll see a symbol down here that will indicate that you have a rest bonus accumulating. When it hits 100%, it ranks up the tier of your rest bonus. So you go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So it'll go 0 to 100%, then it'll go back to 0. But what that means is you have gone from tier 0 to tier 1, and it goes up to 100 again. Zero's out, you're now at tier 2, etc. And while you're in your home area, you don't have to be on the bed or near the bed. You can put the bed anywhere within the land claim block you want. It makes no difference where the bed's located. But as long as you're within the confines of the land claim area, you will get an accumulating rest bonus. And that has consequences I'll kind of detail a little bit later. But just be aware, you want to get the land claim down and get the best bed you can get a hold of down as quick as possible. So what's going on, to show you some details, is on your character screen, under buffs right here, we have information. And right now it's saying land claim but no bed, because I have not replaced that bed next to me. So when I do, we'll see some additional information. So I'm going to pick this bed up and then place it back down again to basically claim ownership of it. But I'm not going to put it... oops, I can't move right now. I guess I am going to put it here. Alright. So now that I've put it down right here, the little Z's indicates our rest bonus accumulating. That tags into this system here, the vitality system. Super, super important to know how this vitality system works. We started 100, so when we started this run, it started at 100, and it's been degrading ever since then. The way to make it go up is to be in your base with a land claim and a bed, and a bunch of other things that I'll talk about in a moment. But you can see our rest bonus accumulating. So we go here, we go to this buff screen. We can see we're resting, but it says base insecure. There are 5 zombies in the area here, and that is slowing down the accumulation of my rest bonus. This would be going up even faster if we didn't have these 5 zombies nearby. So it's good to get rid of the zombies nearby, but I'm not going to worry about it. So we have a vitality summary screen, and this kind of goes through all the factors involved and what's happening. So because of our current vitality of 63, we're getting plus 13 health, tiny bit of health regen bonus, plus max stamina, attack speed, and so on. 50 is kind of the break-even point. At 50, you get no bonuses, you get no negatives. When you're above 50, you get bonuses. When you're below 50, you get negatives. Right now, we're losing vitality at 1.04 per minute. And that's because we have a low rest bonus, and we don't have any other abilities that are changing it. So in the perk system here, there's a vitality tab. These are bonuses you can buy with these perk points that will increase your vitality rate in various ways. Survivor lowers the natural, what's called ambience negative. Each biome type has a certain negative value that depresses your vitality. So you have to get enough bonuses to overcome that ambience negative. And then the higher you go over it, the faster you'll accumulate vitality. And it's different. Forest is a certain value, and then it gets higher or worse for each biome that you move up to. So this offsets that by 10, 20, 30, 40, and half. Battle hardened, you also lose vitality when you're in combat, so this lowers or eliminates that eventually when you unlock enough of them. Decorator, you can decorate your base with various things that are called decor items that range from level 1 to 4. And I'll show you that screen in a second, but you want to have a certain number of each level within a certain range of your character. And this gives you additional bonuses for those vitality increases. And then finally, Slayer, kill a zombie, you get a little bit of vitality. And the higher you rank this up, the more you get per kill. So you use these to give you more vitality increase to overcome that negative value so that you can not have negative numbers here. So the longer it takes you to get your base set up, the farther this is going to fall, and you're going to have serious problems when it gets really low, because you'll be at like negative 30 hit points, negative 30 stamina, etc. Alright, we'll talk more about that here in a minute, but I got to get other stuff done. Alright, let's grab that. Go ahead and turn the fire off for now. We got 15 seconds on our carpentry bench. So I'm going to put the carpentry bench kind of right there. And then we'll be able to get moving again. Okay. Can't quite fit it under that slope over there. So, it's just going to be crowded in here. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now that we have access to this, we can also make shafts here at a pretty good rate. But more importantly, we can make the wooden bow, once we get it unlocked, super powerful upgrade. Get the wooden bow early and get the iron arrows unlocked early to get really, really good power level upgrades. But we can make our wooden spike strips now. We just need 5 wood and some plant fibers or grass in order to make wooden spikes. And it only takes 3 seconds to make, and this is a vastly cheaper way of doing it than via the other method that you can initially do. So, wooden spikes, a couple of recipes. This is the one that is done on that carpentry bench. So, 5 wood, 7 fibers in 3 seconds, versus this one, which you have to take branches, or these sticks, turn those into javelins, and then 5 of those with 7 plant fibers and 6 seconds to make a wooden spike. Way harder, way slower, way more difficult to maintain wooden spikes at that level. So we definitely want to make it via this. It's going to be so much easier. So I need to go mow a bunch of grass and get some more trees chopped down so we can get a bunch of wooden spikes. Okay, next up. Let's see here. Got talking and I forgot where I was. So we got our torches, so we'll be okay to move around at night somewhat. You'll see what I mean. We got enough water that we should be able to get through the night, no problem, but we're definitely going to be on the hunt for more water. I'm probably going to stay near home and just try to get some trees chopped and get some grass mown so we can get some wooden spikes crafted to take with us in the morning. I'll put some spikes down on the ground to try to thin out these random guys that show up and to use as a way of killing the local zombies that annoy me. And then I'll also take some with me because they're super useful to run around with when you're raiding POIs or just trying to slow zombies down or kill a few zombies. Can't overstate enough just how powerful the wooden spikes are in this mod, and I'll demonstrate it. For the map, we need 3 more blueberries. We can find that either by running around in the forest, or there are certain POIs that I know of that have blueberries. Now that we've got the bed down, we'll always be able to come back to it because the class of character I took, you'll see a symbol on our screen when I'm moving around. When I turn back to home, you'll see the symbol. So we have no chance of getting lost, basically. But we're going to have our map on day 2 anyway, so it's not going to make that much difference. But it's good to know, and I'll show that. So we got certain resources we need to be fully prepped so we can get moving tomorrow. We're doing pretty good on most of the basic recipe stuff. Let's go ahead and put this... I keep holding the wrong keys down. Let's put this stuff away. I don't have enough points to do much. I'm not gonna... yeah, actually, I'm gonna not spend it on decor for this first thing. I'm gonna put my point into General and Explorer. This is your map discovery range. As soon as we make the map, this will increase the radius or range around us that it shows us as we travel. And I want to have that right away, so I'm going to go ahead and put my point into there. This bar shows our progress towards the next one. There's more stuff on those screens I want to show. But for now, let's leave one of the torches here. I don't need both of them. We have no poison pressure, so let's have a nasty sandwich. I talked about these earlier. Eat one sandwich, wait for this poison pressure to go back to 0, then eat another sandwich. And that's your early game food source. Alright, we're losing the light. Let's get moving. Okay, I'm just gonna... Actually, it's gonna be really hard for me to find blueberries in the dark. Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough. The lighting is not quite right. Early morning is good, and sometimes sunset is good. The lighting helps out, but right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to look for blueberries. That, again, is a lot of cotton. All right, so we have that little bed symbol hovering in the middle of my screen. That is the character or class bonus that we have for the Savage. He always knows where his bedroom is, only in the forest, though. So we can't get lost, even though we don't have a map. So, let's see. I was really hoping to find some easy blueberries before we lost all of the light. It's pretty zombie-free out here. That's nice. As soon as it officially gets dark, the glowy mushrooms will show up too. Yeah, it might be better for me to wander into town and find the blueberries at a POI. There's blueberry. 2 to go. They're easy to spot once you know. You've seen enough of them. Just takes practice. They're just smaller and rounder than these standard ones. And again, depending on the light level, they can be easier to spot. Nice iron deposit. New run? Well, yeah, I haven't played in a month or two. I forget when I last played. Took a break. But I've been seeing a lot of questions on the Discord from people new to this mod, so I figured I'd do a new player-friendly mod and actually take the time to explain a bunch of stuff. Demo a bunch of stuff while I played. So that's what we're doing. So, you know, if anybody's watching live, has any questions, feel free to ask. You do not have blueberries, but you've got a lot of bushes. Hey, zombies. No blueberries there. Gotten trapped in that shed once or twice. That's always fun. Oh. What do we got? Nice. Again, lots of bushes. Good stuff in here, but there's also a zombie in here. We'll return for that. Too much activity. There's a blueberry. 2 blueberries. Whoa, blueberries. Zombie blueberries. There's the blueberry surprise I was talking about earlier. Alright, we got the blueberries. Now I need paper. Let's loop these zombies around. I'll see if I can get back to that other spot real quick. Hey, zombies. I want to check that, but I don't want to get tagged by the zombies. So, grab the paper. Grab some logs. Let's go get some books. Usually there's 4 or 5 books you can snag in here. Right inside. Got tagged. I think that's the first hit we've taken so far. Oh, it's nighttime. They're moving faster now. Now I have to be careful. Also, now the mushrooms should be out. So, let's head back, drop some stuff off real quick. Check our paper total. And I can see one of the glowy mushrooms right down here. Alright, so here's another major mechanic. These glowy mushrooms are only out at night. They do not respawn, but there's a lot of them. So especially if you got to run around in the foresty areas. You'll see them occasionally on strips of grass or in yards, but mostly you want to run around in the forest. So one of the strategies you can use at night on the first night or two is just to go for a forest run. Just strip down your inventory, put a torch on your back, which I'll show you here in a second where and how to do, and then just, assuming you have a good sense of direction or you're playing this character where you always know where home is at, just run the forests and pick up nests, pick up mushrooms, pick up normal mushrooms and these mushrooms, and blueberries if you still need blueberries. And that's pretty much it. That's all you're looking for. And just keep moving. Don't stop for anything else. And you'll be able to, if you keep moving, you'll be able to pick up 100 of these mushrooms, and they can either be used as a food source. They do give some nutrition, or you hold on to them and you combine these with the manuka honey I talked about earlier to make a distillation that is used to suppress the zombie virus. So one of the main mechanics in this mod is you're going to get infected with the zombie virus. You really can't avoid it. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. You don't actually start infected. It'll feel like that a lot of the times, but you don't start infected. Getting hit, drinking nasty water that hasn't been properly purified, things like that will get you infected. And you won't notice it for quite a while that you are infected. When you hit 50% infection, you'll get an on-screen visual notification, basically. You'll get these yellowish bubbles appearing around the edges of your screen. That's your notice that you're at 50%, and you've got to do something about it. Regular antibiotics will reduce the infection level, and then this concoction with the mushrooms will also reduce it. You can either eat the mushrooms raw, which lowers it a tiny amount, or you combine it with the manuka honey for the larger value. And it removes, I think, 15% or 20%, I forget. But that's how you deal with it. It's not curable. You cannot ever make it go away. You can't avoid it forever. Eventually, you're going to get hit and you're going to catch it. But it's very easy and simple to take care of. So don't get worried about it. Don't get bent about it. Don't get upset that you can't get rid of it. It's not really a big deal once you know how things work. It essentially turns into just another metric, just like food and hunger. You just got one more thing that you want to occasionally have to take care of. And it's very easy to deal with. So, but you just stab it to pick it up. We got 2 of them out of that one. And I'll show you a little more detail about it here in a second. Let's get back home and divest ourselves of some inventory. So, like I said earlier, this game, or this mod, takes its nighttime darkness very, very seriously. And once the sun fully goes down, it gets stupid dark. You're going to need a light source to get anything done. But having a light source out, especially on your back, is also an attractor for the zombies. So, just be prepared to keep moving.